Hello everyone. Hi guys, how are you doing today? Today I have a very special package with me. This is not the full package. It's too small, obviously. Today I wanted to unbox the Steam machine with you, the GabeCube, so to speak, because I am very lucky and privileged to have gotten one. I'm a very spoiled girl indeed. I'll talk a little bit about why I decided to get one, because you may recall a few months ago, sorry, no, I'm nudging my camera, I'm trying not to. I got a Switch 2 several months ago now. I feel like I never buy consoles because I'm an exclusive PC player, hence why the Steam machine. And then I got 2 in 1 year, if you consider this like a console. So I guess it's like a once every or twice a decade kind of purchase for me, I suppose. When it was first announced, I was like, oh my god, absolutely, I am all in. I need this. And then they announced the prices and I went, ooh, no, I don't think so. But then we went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on the pros and the cons. And I mean, ultimately my partner had like gotten a bonus at work and decided, you know, this is what he would like to spend his adult fun money on, and I'm like, I support that, I benefit from it, so no complaints here. And it just arrived, so we're gonna unbox it. This is the controller. I'm now thinking maybe I should have brought in scissors or something, because no, I didn't, and I don't have my little cute scissors either, or like a knife or anything. I'm looking around like desperately, like, is there anything in here? All I can see is a crochet hook, and that thing is blunt, you know, so I don't really think, and my nails are super short and not gonna cut it, literally gonna cut it. So let me go get something sharp, be right back. Okay, I knocked my camera like a million times. I was sitting back down, but I did get a really heavy duty pair of scissors. Really heavy duty. I actually never use these scissors. They're the ones that sit in my knife block. So they are like ultra sharp from never being used. Nice, heavy, solid pair. I think that did it, right? Did I cut it? I think so. I might have missed this corner a bit. No, I think we're good. So this is actually my second Steam controller. I actually have one sitting on my desk that I was playing with yesterday. So we can compare the two, but they should literally be the same. This is not going to be a review video, since obviously it's sitting right here, but I can review the controller for you, as I've been using that for a few weeks and I love it. Before this, my favorite controller has been the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. But then after the Steam controller, it's either a tie or the Steam controller wins a bit. I mean, I would have to say the Steam controller wins, because I do like the, what would you call these, trackpads that are reminiscent from the Steam Deck. But it's just a fantastic, like, weightiness. It's really good. Con for me is it's like I have really small hands, and it's a little large for my hands. Oh, that's so cute, the way it like just pulls out to there to help you get it out. That's kind of adorable. At your fingertips. Your games. This is like the nicest controller box I have ever seen. Steam controller retail bundle contains model number that. So, there are two versions. There's the 512 gigabyte Steam machine and a 2 terabyte SSD version. So this is the 512. Did not feel that I needed the 2 terabyte, and that was, I mean, the Steam machine was expensive enough already at about $1,100, and the 2 terabyte edition is like $1,400. So both very, very expensive. One even more so. Let's undo this. Ooh, that was satisfying. This feels like a Legend of Zelda, like chest opening. Dun 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 dun. Ooh. Yeah. So it has this little puck thing down here, and you plug that into your computer, and it also charges it in the back. So yeah, pros, I like the weightiness, I like the track pads, I like the puck system. It's actually a decent size for my hands. I do have to stretch my thumbs a little bit in to reach the thumbsticks. These buttons I don't love. This is a con. I don't think these buttons are amazing. I prefer the buttons in the back on the Steam Deck. These just feel maybe like a little bit too easy to press. I'm kind of easily pressing RS and LS here. I've yet to find a game that I've wanted to program those for, so it doesn't really come into play much. Like, I don't actually find myself needing to press them and accidentally pressing them. The puck thing I've been having a lot of issues with, though, because my house isn't that large, but depending on how far away from you are from the computer, you may lose connection with it. So that was honestly that was a big pro to getting the Steam machine. I'll talk about this more in just a second. Here's the little puck. USB-C connection into your computer. Or your Steam machine, I guess, and magnetically clips on the back there to charge it. I'm gonna keep it in the box for now. And in here, do we have anything else? Charging cable. Some information, health and safety, maintenance, regulatory and limited warranty, and agreement information. Okay. But yeah, very, very fancy box. My goodness. Like, I don't like keeping trash. This box is essentially trash, but my god, it does feel like I should be keeping this because it's so nice. At my fingertips. And that's about the controller. Let's see the pièce de résistance. Let's get the big dude out. Let me just sit controller on the ground. I had to like lower this table quite a lot and lift up my camera to see if I could like fit it all on here, because it's kind of big, kind of tall. I think I'm gonna have to lift up my camera even more. 1 second. Okay, here she is, the big main event, the Steam machine. Your games on the big screen. Vos écran. I don't know. I can't speak French. this is like the coolest, fanciest box. Similar to the little controller box, this one is very cool. So on this side, well, actually, I'll flip it. On this side, you can see what it's gonna look like when we open it, and it is just a big cube, hence the GabeCube. Looks like this is the power button, maybe like indication light, some USB ports. Oh, and it's thundering, if you can hear that. It's like a late night thunderstorm, really cozy. So as I said, we weighed a lot of pros and cons to whether or not we should get this. So I'm gonna go over some of them right now while I open it, because I like going over pros and cons. I like making the pros and cons lists when debating something. So cons first, negative first. It was more expensive than a comparative console from the almost aged out current generation, like a PS5, which I don't have. As I said, I don't have a PS5, I don't have an Xbox. I have a PC and a Switch too, and my partner just has a PC. It's overpriced. It's overpriced because of the market shortages on critical parts like RAM. The RAM pricing is insane right now. I think a lot of you will know that. It should not cost this much, unfortunately it did. Another downside is that a lot of what's inside of it is able to be upgraded, and obviously like a big pro to building your own PC is being able to exchange the parts, swap things out. Oh my god, this cat hair on my fingers, for something better, more storage, etc. And a lot of this is custom. Wouldn't be able to do that. Eternally picking cat hair off my hands. Did I mention the price? It's crazy expensive. This is like one of the biggest splurge purchases ever, or for me, that I've ever made. And not that as a splurge, I guess, because it's something a splurge if you think on it a really long time. I don't know. Is a splurge just something that's expensive and fun, or is it like a decision that you made really quickly? Insanely expensive. Probably about 25% higher than it should be. I remember when it was announced, our guess was about $900 for like the same model, and as I said, this cost about $1,100. So that's significantly more than it should have cost. Another con, theoretically you could build this yourself if you are experienced in building PCs. I'm not really. I've only assisted in building a couple of computers, 3 technically, and I would not call myself an expert. See, contains this model, the Valve Steam Machine, 512GB. With the whole Steam OS, Steam Big Picture mode, yada yada, and now with the new Steam controllers, yeah, theoretically, you could make your own GabeCube, and there are videos out there of people who have done as much. Your own cute little mini build, a mini PC in a little boxy unit like this. A lot of people have done that. However, it definitely won't be this neat and tidy, I think. You could probably make something more powerful than this for maybe a bit more money. So if you were really talented, you could maybe make something better, but that's time and money we're talking about, right? So you're definitely paying a convenience fee for the Steam machine, of course, and not having to build it yourself. So that also goes into a pro. cabinet for me is that I really couldn't realistically easily make this myself. It definitely wouldn't be this small and compact. This is a really tiny size for what you get, and it's also very quiet for what you get. It's hard to make, you know, a PC super quiet with a thermal noise output. For what this is performing at, this is tiny. It's very aesthetic and just a very simple black box. And when we open it, I know I'm taking a long time to open it, but that's because I'm going through my pros and cons first. It even comes with really cute like face plates so that you could swap out the aesthetic, so kind of a little bit customizable. It looks like fantastic on a living room TV console, you know. It will be another pro. Like, it's so good for playing all the indie games that you have. Controller, just sit down in your living room, just plop down. For people who you don't need to sit at their big rig with their mouse and their keyboard, like, this is perfect. I definitely fall into that category, especially since I just had a baby and I spend 95% of my time in the living room with him, either letting him nap on me, or we're doing tummy time, or he's in his bouncer and I'm like reading to him. Like, we spend a lot of time there, and I don't really spend much time on my PC. And I do try to play games while he's napping, which is great. So very excited about that. The Steam controller is a big plus, honestly, in terms of usability and the mapping capability SteamOS provides. It's really nice quality of life for playing all your Steam games on the couch. And the wake up, shut down tech in the Steam machine is not something you could really easily replicate yourself or through other companies. So it's like as close to a console experience you're ever gonna get with PC gaming. So huge pro being able to go through my insane Steam backlog, which is extensive. I think you can probably imagine the hundreds of games that I have in my account. Another pro, honestly, is Valve. I think Valve has proven themselves to be very reliable, consistent maker of hardware. I really love my Steam Deck that I got a few years ago. Use it all the time. I didn't have the last Steam like controller thing that like plugged into the TV. I'm blanking on the name of that, but I really wanted one, and I wasn't able to get it before they like discontinued that. But everyone really loved that from what I heard. So they're really reliable, and they are a very big company, so there's a lot of safety and support behind them. They've got good customer support if you were to run into any issues, compared to if you built this thing yourself and something doesn't work. Well, you're the one that's gotta fix it. Okay. Which is, if anyone's built a computer before, the most stressful part of it, when you turn it on, oh my god, if something doesn't work, the most stress like you'll ever feel in your life. So it's a console on par with the PS5, maybe not the Pro version. I can go through your Steam backlog, but it's more expensive than it should be. I think that's the best way I can sum this all up. With all that being said, you know, I like I said, basically he had fun money, he had bonus money, and decided to go for it. And so I get to sit here and do an unboxing with you now. Yeah, finally, right? Finally. Oh, love that. I'm like kind of unsure how to open this. I think I lift this bit up. I think I might need to set it down. This is one of the most confusing looking. Oh, it just opens on a hinge, I think. I love that it has like a handle carrying case. I might keep this box. I think I'll throw out the controller box, but I might keep this one actually. Because what if I need to put it in a box? I say that I'm never gonna need to put it in a box. Wow. It's covered in like a shroud right now. Oh. It's like a nice soft kind of felt. It's a little sticky right there, a little sticky tab. Wow. Ooh, this is very sleek, this little bit of plastic that's on it. I suppose I should take it out of this. It's very heavy to me as someone who's pretty weak. I do have written down here the like stats, which will mean something to all you PC part people. The CPU is a semi-custom AMD Zen 46C/12T. I assume that's for the 12 terabyte or the 2 terabyte version. The GPU is a semi-custom AMD RDNA 3 28C US. 16 gigabyte DDR5 plus 8 gigabyte GDDR6 VRAM. It either has a 512 gigabyte or 2 terabyte NVMe SSD with a micro SD card slot. That must be that little bit right down here. Right down there. Wi-Fi 6E enabled. Bluetooth 5.3 gigabit Ethernet. Integrated Steam controller wireless adapter. In a 6-inch cube running Steam OS 3. I kind of thought that I would be able to I thought it would like peel away easily, but it doesn't. Okay, no, kind of is. There we go. I'm gonna have to make space on my TV media console because I'm storing some of my son's books there right now, and every morning, multiple times a day, but every morning we sit in the living room floor and I pull out one of the books and I read them to him while he sits in his bouncer. And they're like inside the cubby of the media console where this should go, really. So here we have the front on view, power button, like I said, the indicator light, the micro SD slot, and the 2 USB drive ports. How long before someone sells a custom like companion cube front plate? Or have they already done that? I don't know. Here's the back with the fan, and it says Valve. See, like HDMI, Ethernet port, got USB-C, more USB, AC adapter, and the rest of it is just solid black, which I'm getting smudgy fingerprints on, although they're really not leaving fingerprints. So this is gonna stay in the family for years, and in a few years from now, when my son is old enough to play games, he can sit in the living room and play with us, which I'm really excited about. It's a family thing. I think that was probably pretty obvious to people how to open that, except me. Okay, so you've got your cords here, HDMI, and AC. Yep. Look how, like, protected it is. Oh man, I read that some like mail parcel delivery services have been intercepting the packages and like taking them out and putting in like equally weighted rocks. Oh, it's such a shame. And I remember they did that when the Steam Decks came out. A lot of people, not a lot of people, but enough to be a problem, they would open up their Steam Deck box, and inside was like a bunch of rocks. Oh my god, that must be the worst thing in the world. But I know that Valve was really cool and definitely sent out a lot of replacements. I don't know how many times they could afford to do that, but I am very, very grateful that it was actually in here and it wasn't a box of rocks. I have to say that my mail, like, delivery people are really good. Like, I've been really lucky. So I've got the health and safety maintenance warranty. Let's take off this front bit and let's get cat hair all over it. Yeah, great. It's like a really nice little magnet system, and it points to the direction that is up. Oh, you can see my camera and my light. So you can have a little peek inside. A little peek under the hood, as it were. One of the reasons why I didn't want to get the 2TB version, aside from the obvious cost factor, is that I could theoretically in the future go in and add more storage. I don't think I'll need to, but who knows. Can you see inside? It's maybe a little bit hard to see past this kind of grill grate, but it is so compact. I think that's something that genuinely impresses me, is how they managed to pack it all in here and keep it quiet and cool. Because if you've ever built a PC, especially like a mini build, my first PC was a mini PC, and she was great. I loved her. I kind of miss her, but I sold her to a good friend, so I know she's in good hands. Yeah, you'll know what a kind of feat it is, because it is so small. I kind of thought it was gonna be bigger, but no, they really managed to get it in this little 6-inch cube. So cute. I feel like it needs a name. I don't want to call it the GabeCube or the Steam Machine. Like, I named my PC and her name is Whisper, which I think is very appropriate. She's called that because she's supposed to be whisper quiet. I have like a be quiet case on it and special fans, so she's called Whisper. But mainly I also needed to be quiet because I'm often in here filming on my PC and I can't have it like whirring loudly in the background while I'm playing something with you guys. So what could we name her? What should we name them? I don't know, but if you have any ideas, let me know. So this is the Steam Machine, the GabeCube, and can't review it yet, as I said, but definitely going to be going through my extensive backlog, and obviously it's my partner's as well, so he wants to be going through his enormous backlog. Basically, when I had a baby, he got a good amount of paternity leave, which is great. I know a lot of companies and places, especially in America, don't offer it. So he was very lucky to get really good paternity leave, but it's a very busy time at work for him, so he only took a few weeks off and then went back to work. And now things are getting finally to the point where he can stop again, so he's going to be taking more time off the rest of his paternity leave just in time for this. So basically when he starts that, we're gonna hole up on the couch in the living room with our boy and play a bunch of games together while he's napping and growing, and try not to let him look at the TV screen because he does like to look at the screen and I don't want him to be like so screen focused. But it's World Cup season right now, and so I always have the TV on playing the games, and I feel like he's constantly trying to turn his head to look at it. The boy just loves footy, you know. Oh, it's so cute. But I'm like, no, stop looking at the TV. So hopefully he won't look at the TV while we're running all our games. I wonder what the first game we'll play will be to grace the Steam Machine with our presents. I don't know, I'm gonna have to give that one a think. Probably test it out now, although I need to go eat some dinner and get this all set up. So I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope you're having a good summer and staying cool. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on the Steam Machine in the comments. I keep having to fight really hard not to call it the Steam Deck, because in my mind Steam Deck is the thing I'm often saying. Steam Machine though. Did you happen to get one? I totally get why not if you didn't, but feel free to let me know like why or why not you were interested in one, or if you have one, what do you think so far? I would love to know. Yeah, I'll be here playing stuff and saving up all my money for the next year. Alright, let's put this back on. Oh, very lovely. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you a lot, and I see you all in my next video.